Tonight on Poker After Dark,
Oh my God. Oh, it's over.
a new gunslinger joins the party.
That was a 1 in 20 right there.
Dan Smith ponies up,
If I can only lose 30K today, it would be great.
and Scott Seiver comes out firing.
What kind of person straddles and folds free? This is embarrassing.
Shut up.
The bright lights of Sin City beckon us once again to Poker After Dark. Welcome back for another high-stakes cash game located right here at Aria Resort and Casino. As we head inside the Poker After Dark suite, I'm Ali Najad calling the action. Veronica Brill on the sidelines with the player interviews, and these six are sitting with a minimum of $40,000 to play some 200, 400, no limit. But look out, 6 has become 7. That's Jake Daniels flying into the 1 seat, and he's a man that's virtually synonymous with big-time action, able to play any 2 cards at any time, and pretty much fearless when it comes to mammoth pots, so buckle up.
Kind of like my solution to coming down from Molly.
Just take more?
Just do more Molly.
Oh, yeah. My solution to
A bunch of K makes it all better.
Got a glimpse there at Jake Daniels from Katy, Texas,
Chris.
president and the CEO of RTIC Custom Shop.
Molly, I like that
Real
ring
stick
too.
on the golf course.
Call.
As long as she's mixed with a Powerade or
There you
something, she's
go.
good.
So, no, that's good, yeah.
That,
Meanwhile,
whoever invented
Berkey
that Molly
defends
water
against
is an
Seaver's
idiot.
Open.
That's horrible. It's got to be in like a Gatorade or a Powerade.
Middle pair against the flush draw. Both players check. Add a gutty
Yeah.
to Berkey's arsenal.
Christmas in your house is a little different than mine.
15.
So maybe they're nicer in your house.
Call.
Matt led at the turn for 1,500, got called, and he has made 2 pair while Seaver makes the jack high spades. 3,500 the bet. Four to a straight out there too, so this value bet was always a little risky.
22.5.
Scott raises it up to 22,500. That's a big lump. And oftentimes the initial reaction from a skeptical opponent is, why so much?
Let's see what happened was. It was a Monday, and I went golfing. I missed my COVID test. But I didn't lose a bunch of money at golf.
So after some consternation, Berkey makes the right decision and
Quick
releases.
The guy says, have you had a COVID test before? Yeah. He goes, oh, well then we'll get this over with quick. Thanks, pal.
The guy made eye contact with me and was cheering me on.
Did-
You got this. Take it. You can do it.
Did you enjoy it?
I kind of appreciated it. I was like, I can do this. You're right.
You're so inspirational.
Yeah.
I need you all with me all
To
the
be
time.
fair, I did do it.
Stack sizes brought to you by GG. Big winner on the day is
I don't know, but I
Zach
think- I mean,
Franzi, up
we're gonna put in the 50K arm
68,000 and
wrestling
change. And Jake Gonzalez up 25K. And the only other winner, Matt Berkey,
Like your chances?
up a modest
that's
2
impressive.
dimes.
I like it better than this.
I can't remember his name.
Raise to 11.
Eric Casualay.
No. No, there's a guy that says he's like
raised
the best arm
4,000.
wrestler of all time, and he would prop bet anyone in arm wrestling that
That plays
played
poker?
the 25Ks now. Then yeah, he's a poker player. He's in his like early 50s.
You know who's actually good?
And then he
No, arm wrestle anyone? Did he just
he shattered his arm
Call.
arm wrestling, and now he's done.
You know Marco, right?
Heads
Yeah.
up.
He's really good.
Really?
I watched him beat a dude who's Marco like, Johnson? No, Marco
Traniello.
Traniello. Jennifer's
Okay.
ex.
Yeah.
I watched him like this guy who's a big, huge meathead. It's just all about technique.
Yeah,
right?
it's all like
It's all
technique and like grip strength and like something with like
He
these
pulled.
muscles here, which aren't like.
I had the guy who was like 10-time farm wrestling
15.
championship at my house. Big Russian guy,
Okay.
vegan guy, because that's we were doing a documentary or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was showing me like tricks, like he's like, you know, pull it to you,
Ooh.
because when you pull it to you, you lengthen the muscle out.
Closer to your body too. Everything's
Right. So he's like, pull this way,
Nice.
and then the guy's arm starts to stretch, and you can't.
The
And
best
there was other things like over the top tricks.
I saw on the internet recently, and then of course I watched because I was compelled. There's a tournament where your head's up and you just open hand slap
yes.
the other person in the
Yes.
face as
That's
hard
Russian.
as you can.
That thing
And then
is-
they go back, and you just go back until someone either falls or taps.
44.
Yeah.
And
That's a
I
concussion
saw
waiting to
these
happen.
two like 400 pounds.
Could you imagine how many concussions from that?
It was
like,
insane.
I've seen it.
Unreal.
It's crazy.
50-50,
I didn't
right?
get concussed from down here. If the slaps are like,
No,
they
because they
slap
miss
your
and they
head.
hit here.
No, because sometimes they miss.
they hit your head, bro.
Yeah.
That's all on YouTube.
Dan opinions
Crazy.
on how often
One dude got
to
his
follow
head
the rules of
blasted
these.
out.
Yeah,
If only we could find a way to fuse that and poker. Meanwhile, Berkey and Franzi slapping each other around.
Oh, that can't get close.
Zach opened the cutoff to 1,100. Berkey 3-bet to 4 dimes. His $1,500 C-bet on the flop was called by Zach. Then on the turn, Matt pumped the brakes and called a $4,400 bet. Here he is on the river, having checked again,
Oh, you win.
and induced Franzi to fire 12,300, which he promptly calls.
You didn't have to win.
Nice line by Matt. Good for a 45K pot. Putting him firmly in the black.
Poker After Dark is brought to you by Roman. Simple, straightforward, the way healthcare should be. Visit GetRoman.com to learn more. Manscaped. Don't gamble with your grooming tools. Visit Manscaped.com today for the best in men's grooming. And Poker Go. Get in the game at PokerGo.com. Welcome back to Poker After Dark, where Zach Franzi just attempted a heroic bluff, but Matt Berkey was right there to pick him off. We'll see how Franzi responds to getting caught red-handed.
King Jack suited,
A little golf trip last week.
and
Scott
not one
Seiver,
but 2 seats.
36 2 days in a row and 18 the next day. Absolutely worn out. You haven't been playing, huh?
No, but I'm going to start again. I was busy playing, because I stopped when I started doing heads-up poker.
Yeah, you
Because I figured
studying.
I got to do one or the other. If I golf, I'm going to waste all my day. And then started playing chess for this chess tournament thing, and now I guess I can get back to golfing.
Where do you play mainly?
TPC Summerlin.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
You play there?
Yeah.
I love it there. It's like the only place I play. I play some Southern Highlands, Shadow Creek
52.
occasionally, but
Yeah.
Summerlin's, I don't mind playing the same course over and over.
I don't either.
I know the greens. Well, my guy knows the greens.
Call.
MJ follows through for
We played Southern Highlands
5,200 on the
yesterday.
5-high board. Franzi wants to
Perfect
take a
time.
peek at the
Yeah, it's
turn,
great weather. It's
where
beautiful right
he
now.
Yeah.
picks up the flush draw.
I like it. I mean, it's crazy, but I like it in June, July because there's
Nobody out there. Me too.
But it's 108.
Doesn't matter.
bother me.
Me too. Me neither. Not here. I just love fast golf.
I hate humidity, and there's none.
We have quite a bit of humidity in Houston. It's pretty much unbearable.
I'd rather golf in 108
70.
With no
dry
humidity?
than
Me too.
80 humid. I can't. Hate humidity.
I'm used to it though.
Yeah, I guess you get used to it.
I feel like a lizard when I'm here. I'm like,
have me
I just
covered,
need
right?
I don't need water, man. I don't know. It's weird.
Both.
Lotion, chapstick, humidifier, like
Yeah.
they're in my
It's not
bag.
working?
Like, every time I
And
come to
they
the
just go try unplugging it and replugging it in. Like we've done
To
that.
be fair, it's actually usually really good advice.
But we did that.
And people don't do it enough. It's like not the worst
but
advice.
then it's like they say that, and then weeks
They're
later.
out of ideas now.
Well, yeah. They're just like,
Wow, you used our secret weapon and it didn't work.
Let's see if MJ's out of ideas, as he went from 4,200 pre for the 3-bet sizing to 5,200 post, and then 7,700 on the turn. He's got this pot bloated up to 35,000. Is he concerned that Franzi had an ace? And the answer is apparently no.
17-5.
His cards haven't hit the muck just yet. But eventually, They work their way there, and MJ can breathe a sigh of relief.
Should have simplified for myself and just jam turn, raise turn.
I'm thinking about buying a house out here, and I can't figure out where I want to move. Southern Highlands is jam-packed. I hate slow golf, and I
There's so many great, like, because we were looking maybe at moving in, so many amazing properties for like reasonable prices.
But Southern Highlands, you can't find one right now.
What?
It's impossible. The housing market inside of Southern
nothing
Highlands is
available
at
right
literal
now.
zero.
Really? Well, I don't know. We looked a year ago.
Yeah,
right
no,
now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
driving.
No, 2 weeks ago there was 4. I'm looking as well.
There's the 4? Yeah, I know.
Basically, everything
I reached
turns
out to
over every,
my
like,
buddy's
5
realtor.
minutes.
Correct.
A
He
year
goes,
ago, there was like all these places in the Ridges and the Summit. And
There's, yeah, I know.
The average,
Well, Summit was great if you could get a property like 3 years ago. Now it's like $3.5 million for a lot.
I could have. I was about to buy, and then, well, yeah, I don't want to say, but there was, yeah, I was this close.
Bobby's lot went up 10
I chose a lot, and I was about to put the down payment on it.
Would have been a good one.
It was right over like the
4,000.
10th hole. It was really nice.
I love that.
Call.
You played out there?
Yeah, I played there.
Freaking love that place.
I think the lot when I was trying to buy it was pretty close to $3 million, or anyway.
And it's probably like 9 now.
Well, because it was a pretty decent sized lot. Like, I didn't want. He showed me a lot of places that were smaller than I have now. I'm like, I don't want to downsize.
Frenzy
You know, I know it's a
getting
nice
3-bet once
thing
more
to be in a
after
private
he
community, but I
opened
don't want a small
yet
house.
again.
Yeah, no, me either.
This time he's beat,
I'm
but
building
he
another
does
have
have
an
an open-ender to go
trying
with
figure
his
out whether I
outkick
wanna
top
sit or
pair,
not. Massive.
Seiver.
But I got nothing there.
That likes to check that textured flop.
63.
Zach fires 6,300.
Nothing to eat in the Southern Highlands.
No,
To eat?
well,
There's no restaurants there.
That's what Ben said.
I can.
a good buddy of mine was
You
getting,
gotta go to the
getting ready to
Spaghetti
open a
Western.
restaurant there.
What's that?
spaghetti Western.
Call.
It's almost not horrendous.
How far are you from the M, like the casino? Isn't there?
I'm in Summerlin for that reason.
Oh,
So like when I was like
yeah.
in the Southern Highlands, I know what you do.
Postmates.
I don't even. It's too far.
Really? No.
I order Chef Kenny's twice a week.
Yeah.
It's
good, huh?
unreal.
People that have tried it can't believe it.
13-2.
Scott check called 6,300, and now
Who knows
this
what the hell
line
he
he
puts
has
in there, but
taken
it's
is
I just
growing
don't know
increasingly
how he makes
uncomfortable.
the shrimp have the same texture and
Yeah.
taste as shrimp. It's,
I think he uses seaweed and algae and.
I mean, it's the same exact texture.
13,200.
Are any of these yours?
Puts it in there.
That's my hat.
No, are any of these yours?
Are you sure?
Bad joke.
Okay.
And a bad river for Scott as he makes top 2, but backdoor spades and 4 to the straight, which Franzi has, are also out there.
$15-1.
And Zach fires 15,100.
Hate to see it. I feel like you.
So rude.
Can you tell me any hand that I beat? I'm just trying to think of any.
Depends what you have.
Does it? Like, what do I beat? I need to know a hand.
Can you beat deuces?
I can beat 3s.
Beat threes.
It's not a good situation.
Okay. Straight.
And Scott pays off.
Queen was good though. I could be 3s. Good river, Zach.
Big pot heading Franzi's way. As he reclaims the top spot on the leaderboard.
And for Seiver, an ugly river, but he had just enough hand to pay Zach off and see the bad news. More Poker After Dark after this. Before the break, Scott Seiver rivered top 2, but lost to Zach Franzi straight for a tough beat. Luckily, that hasn't stopped the endearing table talk.
Our story of Chip that I've always loved is whenever Chip and Doyle were in a pot. You know, people will sometimes like squeeze their card, they hand 50-50, do you want to chop it or save anything? Chip knew Doyle would never do it no matter what. So Chip would fake squeeze, know he like missed, or like, I'm sorry, know he made it, and would only ask Doyle if he wanted to save or split the pot if he had it. So Doyle would always say no for like 5 straight years, and Chip would be like, oh, I have it. And just like tilt Doyle out of his mind.
Very
because
cute.
he would offer every time. And Doyle would be like, nah, man, you know I don't do that. He's like, okay, you sure? Doyle's like, let's see it. Oh, I had it. Tried to save you money.
Ta-da. We call it the ta-da. Ta-da.
Oh, the angles. Chip Reese certainly was a legend of the Bobby's Room days. Back before many of the modern era players were partaking. Those legendary 4,000, 8,000 games that used to get spread in there.
All in.
Seiver
Ta-da. That's me.
piles with the ace-king.
You want to save anything?
Big,
Quick work of the field.
keep 200.
Did you ever hear about the Ken Flayton Stu Unger stud hen?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely Toby, because we remember talking to him. He's like, yeah, he just kept mucking everything. Toby just calls him on the river with like 8 high. Like, not a maybe it's good, maybe much, just like a has no chance whatsoever.
Just hoping for the,
Yeah.
luck.
And the better part is Roland showed 1.
He showed 1.
And Toby's like, 2 cards play. And Roland's like, no, man.
And then
He tried to argue because he showed 1, his hand was live.
That's what he tried to claim afterwards.
That's a pretty famous
Oh, of
hand that
course,
goes
he
on
just
for
nailed it.
several minutes if you want to bother searching for it on YouTube. Roland de Wolf was not happy. Meanwhile, Berkey's pretty happy. 2 kings. Staring at a 3-bet behind him out of MJ, understandably with the 2 10s.
Have you spoken to Toby in the last 2 years? He was in business school. Or was it a line?
This is very funny.
In comes the 4-bet from Berkey.
11,500.
And this is where a player with his reputation for being willing
Toby literally
to
saved
move
my
chips
life.
around
It should be nicer.
When you were swimming?
Yeah, yeah.
can get action
Gotta
others
be
might
nice
not.
to the guy who literally saves your life.
MJ's got some good sniff on him, though.
JC never got that memo.
Too many people saved his life.
Call.
Doesn't get creative wisely. And a 10 right there in the window, unfortunately coupled with an ace, which may be a slowdown for Berkey. He does have the gut shot straight draw, however.
Okay.
Berkey's check draws just a 4K bet from MJ.
Well,
7-1. Of course, Berkey's making the call. Blank turn card. Berkey fairly clear in his deference here.
Check.
And Matt will play pot control, checking back. Clubs do get there on the river. But how successfully would Berkey be able to rep them, given the line he chose, both pre and post flop? As such, he'll check. And MJ feeling pretty confident.
13,700.
Firing 13,700. And how uncomfortable is that sizing? You're getting a tempting price. Certainly looks like it could be a bashful bluff or a value bet. And the Berkey bullets are at the cliff's edge. Goodbye, sweet friends. Know that you are loved in my custody, if but for a shorter than desired time.
Ford saved me and I still paid.
Back to Aria Resort and Casino, where inside the Poker After Dark suite, a 200-400 game is broken out. Let's get back to the action.
Trust me, you already were before this, too. A score of 0 is way ahead of me in Dan's diary.
Fair.
Call.
Nine, 10, queen, all hearts here as Smith flops himself the nut straight up against a gut shot straight flush draw with a pair of tens.
Call.
$900 C bet, keeping things manageable for now. Ace on the turn is a slowdown card. Unless you're Jake Daniels. Does Smith want to raise now and deny equity to a lone heart? Charge the draw?
12-5.
The answer is yes. North of 10K more for Daniels to continue.
Call.
Jake hanging in there, hoping for a heart or a jack. Instead, it's the 8 of diamonds.
Check.
Now 4 to a straight out there. And tens have really shriveled.
Scare check.
Check.
You got it.
Smith admits to being bashful on the river there, but certainly didn't want to face a big check raise. Kind of thing that Jake Daniels is very capable of. And he will happily collect a decent sized pot there. Well, can you spot the fake?
everyone I know that lives in Vegas has all like really moved out of condo.
Vincent
life.
Van
It's
Gogh,
like
Starry Night,
nice homes in Summerlin, it's just
1889
so
on
much
the
nicer.
right.
It's definitely a different style of living.
Jake Daniels, I bought 2 of them.
But it doesn't have to be Summerlin. Or
Exactly.
always coming to Green Valley, bro.
You either have to not be married or married for 15 years to have a condo on the Strip.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Kerry got rid of like 7 brilliant homes and lives in a condo. Right.
1,000.
This condo's probably bigger than my house.
I'm not gonna look. Let's go.
I don't know how to answer that because I don't know how big your house is.
3,300 square feet.
This condo is,
It's like right there.
yeah, you're in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Wow, I have such a good chance of having a 10. I haven't looked.
All right, well, here, I'll let you look.
1,200.
Let's do it.
It's fair, right? You called blind?
Absolutely fair. The arbiter of fairness, and I rule it fair.
Here comes the mystery, how you're going to play your mystery hand.
So MJ claims to have not looked pre-flop, and we certainly give him the benefit of the doubt in that regard. No reason for him to lie. It's all on camera.
You were thinking about coming with a move so good.
He check called
my control.
1,200, but
If you just have a 10 there, you just get so paid.
second barrel
You
on the
find the
turn from
magic
Zach
10, you just get paid.
That's
the
kind of
flop.
why we're all here.
gets it done.
Just fold the flop and pre-flop. You got
Hard
enough.
to fold pre-flop, not know.
He's all, I have a good chance of having a 10 here, like 1 out of
It's a
52, I
fold,
think.
100%
Yeah.
fold. You got the stone maximum.
Oh, I wish you had a 5 then. Right. I get a call on the turn if you make a 5.
Of course.
Have a 5, no 10. Or wake up with 2 9s there one time.
That might be the worst.
1,000.
Not really. Everyone's allowed to play the magic hands. It's more fun that way. I just played a 3-hour session of PLO with Darren Feinstein, and he played nothing but the magic hands without looking.
I did look, so you know.
I have a hard time believing that.
No, I said I did look.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
No.
Well, that means Seaver knows he has bottom pair.
Can't just
Wait,
look.
what?
Something like that. That's
He's on the phone.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know if it's about the IST, but sure as fuck didn't get one.
Check calls
To be fair,
800.
I think she has to go all the way to Aria.
And makes trips promptly.
Black coffee or something.
Yeah.
Daniels with
Which-
the over
Which you
pair.
also would have went to the Aria for.
Oh,
There's a coffee machine in this.
Yeah, there's a coffee machine here. They got a Keurig, bro.
Oh, she went to get all that stuff.
I'm telling you, that might be the
might have
cups,
those cups.
but they have a Keurig machine.
No, because they don't have
100%
ice.
Sure.
So she got us ice from somewhere.
You hear me, Matt? They have a Keurig machine. 100% sure.
I don't doubt they do. I'm just telling you, she definitely got those from Aria.
Definitely.
I'll bet it.
I mean, no, if it's definitely.
There's no
but
chance.
I'm gonna need a price.
Hold on. There's no chance that they just have Aria cups.
I know that they don't have ice here, and we got ice.
They do have ice. They have a freezer.
I asked.
Maybe she just doesn't like you.
Maybe they
No,
blow.
I didn't ask her. I asked Paul.
Or maybe Paul doesn't like you.
Seaver
Oh, that's a life.
check called 3,100 on the turn. Certainly Jake would
Even
feel
on
like
the
he's
right
leaving
side, I
meat
think
on the
they have
bone
to
if he didn't fire here.
Got a lot of flaws, but lack of confidence is not one of them.
how much?
10,500. 10,500.
The best is when you're like you were so sure that you're like, hey, I can't bet you in good conscience because I just
That
know that I'm
10-5 is
and then you're wrong.
just south of half
I feel like
of Seaver's remaining stack. And
A lot of privileged information here, but
all in it goes.
Not the privilege. I'm going into deep research, bro. Right now. Calling this the Iced Tea Ice Research Hunt.
Jake makes the call and sees the bad news. Well, Jake's look says, hey, I'm usually the one with 8-5 offsuit making trips, but this time it's Scott Seiver giving him a taste of his own medicine. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Poker After Dark, where Scott Seiver is fresh off a nice win over Jake Daniels. Let's listen in as Veronica Brill spoke with Scott about his preference for cash games.
So Scott, you're 22nd on the all-time money list on the Hendon Mob. I'm curious if you prefer MTTs or something like Poker After Dark.
I definitely prefer things like Poker After Dark, although both things have their upside, but it's just nice to have the more fun, casual atmosphere of this. Like, I'm very competitive. I enjoy the seriousness of tournaments, but it's just a more fun atmosphere when everyone's just like telling jokes and telling stories, and you get that more in a show like this.
Who do you want to take money off of? Most.
Yeah. If I had to take money off anyone the most, of course, it would have to be Dan Smith, my good friend. I mean, the whole point of like playing with friends is to try and get all their money as quickly and brutally as possible.
You heard that, Dan.
Well, so far, Dan's chips have safely avoided falling into Scott's stack, but the night is young.
Let me get in there.
Oh yeah, this is great.
I go on an insane run. I win him 2 million straight. I'm playing smaller, but by like small ends up being 250.
Okay.
So we just go out and party all night.
Sure.
Yeah.
As you should.
Absolutely.
But
It'd be
Real
embarrassing
celebration.
if you didn't.
so it's like 8 in the morning, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I have $1 million marathon bet in 2 weeks. I haven't started training yet." He's like maybe 50 years old or something, and like not in visibly like the
Sure.
biggest shape, and he's
Yeah.
just like, I'm gonna do it. He had to run like a decent time.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Both
hey man,
Seiver
we can
and
drink while
Negrano.
it was fun. Like, I'm not gonna bet you in good conscience because there's just, he ran like a 420 marathon.
Makes straights.
Oh man.
Jake fires with the nut flush draw.
Saves one. Just puts out the 10-minute mile time. No big deal.
Awkward spot for Scott.
He did start training after that, but
Usually people train for marathons for like a pretty extended period of time.
yeah.
At least a couple months.
Seiver choosing to get aggressive now.
11,600. 11,600.
He puts Daniels in the awkward spot. Seiver opened the button to 1,000. Daniels and Negrano both called. Round of checks on the flop. That's when Daniels chose to lead out with the nut flush draw. And in the face of a raise and a re-raise, he decides to let go with Daniel
Yeah.
But, you know.
still
Seiver,
left to act
not a lot of
behind him.
outs.
And
Yeah. Not a lot of outs.
Oh my God, you bluffed me good. I had you so crushed.
I absolutely believe that.
8 of clubs
Negrano
with an ace.
let it go as well.
You have the 8 of clubs?
Yeah,
Love to see it.
I did. Would you show a queen of spades?
Queen of spades. I showed a queen of spades.
You didn't show the club.
No.
I almost ripped it in with the ace of clubs.
I saw it. I was just like, oh my
Oh,
god.
you had the ace of clubs.
I had the ace of clubs.
I truly was like, oh my god, he's got the ace of clubs. I can't call. I had no pair, no nothing.
I thought you had the straight too. I didn't know what to do. I didn't think you had anything.
Who, me?
No, him.
Oh.
That's the problem. He might have it though. You know what I mean?
I knew he had
Why'd
a
you do
straight.
that?
I thought
Yeah,
for
I'll
sure
just
he had a
straddle,
straight,
right?
but I was like, what if
Is it
Daniel
one
has the
big
like
straddle?
jack high flush? He's just
Yeah, yeah.
snapped
Then
at
it's just like
60K.
he's gonna just be like, whatever, you know.
I still
he's
thought
gonna
it
give you a
was the right
speech
move. I
for
was
4
just like-
minutes. He's gonna be like,
I can't just straddle.
yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Sounds
So, yeah.
8. He's straddling in between. So it was small, big thing.
I'm small.
no, it's a straddle.
No,
It's a straddle.
Yeah, it's just,
No, yeah, it's
no
just
blinds,
a stand,
and
it's
then
just
he'll get the button next hand.
I never straddled behind the blinds before. In between the blind. It's a new one. Uh-oh, Jake, what
So
happened
the
when I was
8's
gone?
fully
You-
live then, right?
um,
Obviously.
I had pocket kings and Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
2,000.
Zach negotiates to come back in, courtesy of a straddle. Effectively behind the button.
You went all the way out there and you didn't bring me a water?
You asked for water?
Wow, what kind of person straddles and folds free. And this is embarrassing, and you're about to.
It's very horrendous.
It's embarrassing.
Shut up. Here's your free 1200.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I know you're
Nothing can go wrong now.
hurting these days.
Nothing.
It's all downhill from here, buddy.
Absolutely.
You ever play gin?
Very little. Shouldn't that be a good thing if it's all downhill? Oh my God. Oh, it's over. It's over. I did this to myself.
Go ahead, bud.
Check. Check, of course.
2 quick checks on the 6-5 tray board.
Check.
But the king smacks Franzi,
Oh God, there it is.
who value bets 3,000 as Seiver hits the 9.
Wait, what do I
The
have
back
again?
end of 2 streets of checking.
King.
So good, unbelievably good.
What?
Good every
Jake was
street.
asking me about his water. I was never folding.
Good pre-flop, good on the flop. Good every street.
Great speech.
Just, yeah, unbelievable speech.
I wasn't folding. Jake was
No, of course.
berating me about a water, and I was
Yeah.
like, I forgot. Sorry. And this guy hit me with the year folding. I'm like, no.
No, definitely not.
Here's 1,200, bro.
Yeah.
Take it.
I mean, if we can't have fun, I mean, what are we even doing, you know?
Hey, you like my iced tea? It's the new one.
Do the iced tea.
It's probably been 10 years since I've had a Mountain Dew.
Man, I'm probably 20.
When I seen it in the fridge, I got excited.
Yeah, it's probably been in there for 10 years.
Another healthy choice, grandma's cookies.
Loving it. Well, they're grandmas, so they must be like made with love.
Love. Nothing but love.
And I'm sure love is good for you.
I heard that once. I know a few divorced people that might disagree.
Usually people say that when they're like handing you a pill, though.
Yeah. Or the lady that gave you raisins on Halloween.
No one likes that lady.
Who wants these?
Troublesome flop here for Berkey. After he defends, he flops top pair and an open ender against the 2 kings.
Those are special.
Insane.
Well, what is the purpose of this?
Yeah,
They must want their car to get dinged up.
yeah. I'm gonna invest wisely.
What if I put these pennies into Bitcoin?
Well, that actually would have gone really
Would have
well.
worked. Would have worked pretty decent.
Yeah.
Unwelcome turn card for the 9-7.
I mean, let's just talk about the real winner, Doge.
How is it not
Third
doggy coin?
I don't know. Everybody calls it Doge.
You're right, but it's just ridiculous.
I refuse to call it that.
I'm just gonna call it. I bought some because everybody told me, watch, it's gonna go up, and it did.
Yeah.
Coin.
That's how I invest. Same thing.
All the experts told me it was.
Well, what does it do?
It was absolutely worthless, and don't buy it. And all the other people told me it's gonna go up, just buy it and then sell it. And
Yeah.
what do you know?
No expert told you that,
What?
to buy Doge.
No, they all told me not to. That's the point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Is that the right way to play Kings, Jen?
Every single expert told me XRP, garbage, Doge, garbage.
I'm just playing like a coward today. I took a shot at MJ. It did not work, and I'm
And then you've just locked it down.
lock it down.
Yeah.
If I can only lose 30K today, it would be great.
Come on, man.
Well, you have better goals in life.
Yeah.
I brought 450 just being like, I hope with something go home.
You're almost certainly gonna have something in your pockets when you're done.
I hope I can buy dinner on the way.
Yeah. Just bring 450 and like, ooh, that's just balls that I really respect. I don't know, if I was down 350 in this one, it'd be hard for me to put the other 100 in.
On, of course you would.
That's also true, but that's why I didn't bring it.
Your credit's pretty good.
That's the
You're good.
yeah. Oh my God, everyone's my new best friend now.
Kings again out in the field. This time they belong to Seiver, the pre-flop raiser.
What a pitch.
That was nice.
Smith will be on the receiving end of them. Should he get to showdown? Here he is with bottom pair and some backdoor
1,000,
prospects.
can't do it again.
How many tries? Pass.
2?
El Paso.
Binky.
Two?
Man, that was like
That was a 1 in
like
20.
I said, the gin. It was gin. I'd have to go bend around the cards around her fingers to hit the muck.
Her hand doesn't count. You just got to make it between the pile and the board.
8,000.
Take 5 tries for 10.
I think you can do it.
I do too. That's why I said I'll take 5 tries for 10.
You got like 40 back?
No. 20, 45, like 53 back.
Thank you.
I'll do 10 push-ups for 10,000. I think you can do it.
Smith check calls the 8 dimes. Four straight hits the river. Dan choosing to lead out for 8,000. And tricky spot here. And Scott's going to keep him honest and see the bad news. He didn't have the straight, but he had enough to beat the kings. Wide ranges when the big blind gets defended. And pots like those are exactly why you put 4 deuce to work.
Well, we heard Scott say he wanted to felt Dan, but during that face-off, it was Smith with the goods, turning 2 pair to put the dent in Seiver's stack. Stay close. Poker After Dark is brought to you by Roman. Simple, straightforward, the way healthcare should be. Visit GetRoman.com to learn more. Manscaped. Don't gamble with your grooming tools. Visit Manscaped.com today for the best in men's grooming. And Poker Go. Get in the game at PokerGo.com.
Cards are slippery. Slippery little suckers.
Franzi's ace-8 suited has picked up 2 callers, but Seiver wants to thin the herd. With queen-jack offsuit, he makes it 7,500 total out of the small.
Are those stacks of 20, Scott?
Yeah.
You're good.
Started with like 43.
Only Negreanu remains, investing the extra 6,500 with the 2 nines. He'll have position. King 4-4 with 2 diamonds and a quick c-bet from Seiver. Another 9K into the middle after Negreanu calls the 4,500. And a second overcard to the 9s on the turn, the overcard in a 3-bet pot. And might Seiver seek to wrap it here, as he has picked up a Broadway draw just in case the turn bet doesn't get through. $9,000 bet.
Almost put it in pre. Would you have called pre?
Gets it done.
No.
Oh, nice. So you wouldn't have called pre.
No.
Told you I win.
Next time on Poker After Dark,
Why don't you guys turn him over? Then we all know.
Kid Poker rides the roller coaster.
Really bad shape before the flop, but on the river I was in very good shape.
The real Jake shows up.
I don't like it. When I don't like it, I normally call.
You're going to be famous someday.
And Zach Frenzy finds himself in a $250,000 pot.
Do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm all in.
Okay, can't do that one.
What were you waiting for, bub?
Ta-da!